All right, so really quick, I'm going to be going over a few things that people have had questions for, and hopefully we'll be able to answer them. Starting with the shop. The shop currency is drachma. You get it from farming and doing anything like that, blocks. You sell pretty much any normal item and you will get drachma, and then you can obviously buy with drachma as well. This is different from mob money. Mob money you can actually check by hitting your start button and seeing right here it says mob money at the top. When you have mob money, it will tell you how much you have. So what you are going to do is to get the mob money, you have to have the money to buy the drachma to buy boss eggs. When you kill bosses, you have a chance of dropping a head. When you get the head, you are able to sell the head for mob money, which then can be used to purchase different keys. These keys are used in the loot room, and the only way that you can use the keys in the loot room is if you have the exact key. Now, I will tell you that these keys are reskin dyes. So what that means is you may find a flower out in the world and change it to a dye, and you'll see a key in your inventory. Just because you have the key doesn't mean it will work in the loot room. It has to be renamed properly. Seeing as anvils are banned in the game, there is no way for you to actually rename it yourself. So using a flower to get dye to have a key is completely useless, so don't even try. This is the spawn area where you will spawn in, and as you can see, there are several NPCs that will take you to different locations. You have the wild, which is where the envoy section will be and where most PvP will be happening. You will have the fight arena, which is where you can choose to PvP, hopefully safely, without any extra chaos going on from other factions. You have the loot room, which is where we are going to go to exchange the key. And we have the shop, which is where we just were. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on this guy and go to the loot room. This here is the loot room. We have a common key here, and this is the common key section. As you can see, the colors match. If you have the correct key that is renamed properly, when you put it in, it will cycle through the chest before spitting out 8 to 9 items, all that you can use in the game, whether it be selling in the shop, ender pearls you can use for fighting, golden apples you can use for fighting, and obviously getting the upgrade from the normal starter weapon to a common sword. These scale and obviously are harder to purchase. As you go up, you go from common, rare, ultra rare, epic, legendary, and mythic. Mythic being the best. And in the mythic, you have a chance to not only get great protection, I believe it is protection 6, and sharpness 6 gear, but you also have a chance to get iron golem spawners from the mythic chest. Going back to spawn, you can see that there are 2 chests. One here says starter kit. This is where you can come and get a starter kit. This refreshes every 30 seconds or so, so if you need new food or arrows or a bow or more teleports, you can come back here and get this whenever you need. On the other side over here, there is another chest that has TPAs. This is a teleport to friend system. To use this, one of you throws down a TPA here and the other throws down a TPA accept, and it will teleport you to your friend and vice versa. If you're confused on how to use this, there is a book on how to use it. Grab it and read it. These also refresh every 20 to 30 seconds. Now, with your teleports, it's pretty simple to use them. You have different teleports like wild, spawn, home, and loot room. Obviously, most of these are going to be the same as the ones here, but you can use these at your house, really anywhere in the world you want. So, we will start with the loot room. Obviously, to get your teleport to work, you just toss down the piece of paper. As you can see, it will start to count down from 5, and then we'll teleport you to the exact location you need. And as you can see, this continues to go for every single location. The wild will put you in the envoy section and the PvP section. Envoy chests will spawn in here in between all 4 of these torches. There is deny blocks here, so please do not try to break anything because you're not going to be able to because there's deny blocks. Next up, we've got the spawn teleport, which obviously will take you back to spawn, and there's another portal over there in case you want to get to the nether. This will take you back to spawn, and this is your home teleport. The home teleport will only work for your house once you have a bed set down and your respawn is set. If you do, it will count down by 5, just like the rest of them. It will teleport you to the end, and then it will teleport you to your bed. just like so. Now, while I'm in my base, I want to go ahead and tell you guys, this is a factions world. You are wanting to protect your items by all means necessary. You want to protect your farms, you want to protect your gear, you want to protect everything. You can buy an ender chest at the shop and put some stuff in there if you need to. You want to set up farms and make money. Once you have enough money, you can actually buy a claim. Let me show you what my claim looks like. I have temporarily hopped into creative so I can show you guys what the claim system looks like. Whenever you set down a claim, which I will show you where to buy those later, it sets down a proper claim for you. This is a 32 by 32 base with deny blocks in between and a wall for protection with deny blocks on the other side. Let's go ahead and cut to the bottom of the world so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Here we are at the bottom of the world, and as you can see, whenever you place your claim down, it creates a box like this. This is a border block, which stops people from easily walking in and out. There's deny blocks in between, so that if they do get through with a cannon, they cannot place blocks or anything like that. Then there is another set of border blocks here that you can use to keep players out, and another set of deny blocks that will help keep the players from getting their cannons too close, meaning they will need a little bit extra room to make a big cannon to actually shoot through all these walls. Here is what it looks like from the outside. Obviously, it is just cobblestone, but if we put myself into creative or into survival, you can see that even I cannot build anything up to a certain point, which starts right about here. So you have a little bit of protection, so people have to build the cannon a little bit away. They would have to make it through this wall, and then once they make it through this wall, they would then have to They would then have to use their cannon that is still back here, because they cannot place anything on inside of here at all, to shoot through the inside of your base here. So a little bit of extra protection, and of course, you have the choice to put water to help protect your base as well. The only thing that is not allowed is obsidian. You are not allowed to wrap your base in obsidian. However, you are allowed to wrap your bed in obsidian to protect your bed from breaking to keep your spawn point active. The envoy area and the main PvP area you will see is outlined in bedrock. That is so that you know that there are deny blocks under this portion. So as soon as you step outside the bedrock, there's no deny blocks, so you can mine or do whatever you want. And the deny blocks only go so far down. That way you can still use the underside of the envoy section to do strip mining and things like that. We're going to hop into the nether, and I'm going to show you guys something that you don't need to do. Okay, so here we are in this beautifully built nether by Nero, aka Steven. Did a great job building it. It's been an absolute pleasure working with him and his great building skills. So one thing that I've already had a couple people do is they come to the nether and they say, okay, I'm tired of being in the nether, I want to go back home, or I want to go back to spawn. And they toss down their spawn teleport, and the spawn teleport doesn't teleport them to spawn, it teleports them further into the nether. Now, the nether is walled in, which means if you go outside of the walls, you have to suicide to get back to your house, or to get back to spawn. So keep that in mind as you are trying to explore the nether a little bit. Do not use these paper teleports. The only paper teleport that you can use is your /wild teleport, and that's because it will actually teleport you straight to 0, in the nether. Very high 0 in the nether, but it will get you back to here if you have a wild teleport on you. Alright, the last thing that I want to show you guys is how to do a claim. So first off, you're going to want to go to the shop. I did do a world download for this so that we aren't messing up our current world at all or anything like that. So if you go to the back of the shop here, this is where you buy your claim. As you can see, it says factions claim 200,000 drachma. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to scoreboard ourselves 200,000. So now that we have 200,000, we should be able to hit this button. And as you can see, it has given us an armor stand and a name tag that has been renamed to claim. So now all you have to do is you have to go back to wherever it is that you want to place your claim. So say that claim is my claim over there in the actual world. Say we want to lay a claim, not right next to it, but close to it. We cannot put it right next to it because there is a 32 block section that will be doing it. So say we place this guy right here. You have to make sure that you are at least 32 blocks away from, actually maybe 50 blocks. Make sure you're 50 blocks away from the next claim. So that way your guys' claims do not intersect. So you go ahead and you place down your armor stand, and then you go ahead and you rename the armor stand to claim, and as you can see, it creates the box around you. And just to show you that it is a proper claim, we can go outside and see that it did in fact give us a full claim right next to my other claim. So that right there is how you do it. Make sure you don't do it too close to the edge. You make sure you don't do it too close to another claim. Main reasons being is we don't want any of the claims intersecting because this is a testing a world. I will go ahead and show you what happens. Say we put this right here, and we go ahead and we hit the claim. As you can see, it is actually breaking into the claim next to it and creating a big mess. And if we fly down all the way, you'll be able to see, looking at the bottom of it, that the claims are connected, and not only are they connected, but it actually cut off part of my old claim. And that's what we don't want. If that happens, you're going to be in trouble. Well, we'll just say that, because that will involve most likely a world backup and things like that, which we don't really want to work with. So make sure that you are at least 50 blocks or so away from another person's claim and away from the world border. Sorry I look like Herobrine, and I hope this video was very helpful for all of you. If there's anything I missed or you have any other questions, please let me know. We're going to be opening up the Facebook group for people who are actually in Zirencia factions, where we can talk about our factions, we can talk about prices. You're also going to be able to use spares to actually sell. So if you go and you get a key and you get 2 of the same sword, you can try to sell one of the swords on the Facebook group, so that way you can get a little bit of extra money. So just remember that, and like I said, if there's any other information that you guys need, don't hesitate to ask. I would love to answer. Thank you for playing Zirencia Factions.